What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here's our video for Friday. So some general changes to the overall structure of the strength. I kind of had two ideas in mind. I wanted to see how this morning went with the three movements. I'm greedy. I want to see all those movement patterns kind of put in there because I know they're valuable, but it was definitely a little too crowded and things were moving a little bit too quickly. So from here on out, there's only going to be two movements in every strength interval, and with the strength days we're going to be using a 90-second clock. On the power days we're going to be consistently using that 2-minute clock. All right, so this doesn't change your approach to the warm-up tomorrow. The floor press, make sure you talk about the increase in load and then the reps going down. Specifically talk about how those plug into the different tracks that we're following so people have some clarity on what they're warming up for. As the weight gets heavier with the floor press, it is incredibly important that people follow the tempo. All right, with that heavy weight on the bar, if they do not pause, not only are they missing the stimulus, but they have potential to hurt themselves, wrist, elbows, shoulders, so on. So make sure that we're really nailing that pause right from the start whenever you practice that first set with the PVC or the empty bar. All right. Plank toe taps is our second movement of the warm-up. Watch the video link I have provided for you guys. It's a certain type of plank toe tap that we want to use. And now the med ball granny toss. So what we're going to be doing is taking the explosive movements out of the strength progressions and putting them in the warm-up more so as a primer to the actual lifting. So they still have lots of value. They can actually prepare the athletes in a great way to be explosive during their strength. We still have the same focus. We want to really work for max height with these med ball granny tosses tomorrow. All right, make sure the weight's heavy enough they don't take anything out on your ceilings. So strength and skill here, moving in, we've got every 90 seconds for 10 cycles. That's 5 cycles each movement. You have A and B now. So we have the strength competitor group. They're doing 1 floor press. This aligns exactly with what we did for squat. 1 floor press at 90%. That's give or take based on that person. Now this should be a 9 to 10 on the effort scale. It's a heavy but perfect single. All right, we have our performance group doing 3 floor press at 90% of 5 rep max. Be sure they know that they're not trying to squeak out 3 reps at 90% of their 1 rep max. All right, same thing for them, 9 to 10 on that effort scale. And then we have our fitness group. They're doing 5 dumbbell floor press that should be 5 to 10 pounds heavier than their 10 rep max. Every group is doing a set of 4 each leg. This is on the opposite interval now, so 90 seconds to do the squat, and then resting, and then 90 seconds to do the 4 each leg, front foot elevated reverse lunge. So what we're going to be doing there, watch the link. It provides exactly what it looks like, but I'm going to do 4 consecutive reps on my right side. My front foot would be elevated. After I've done my 4 consecutive reps, now I'm going to go 4 consecutive reps on the opposite side. All right, if I'm loading this, the way I want to load this is with double dumbbell or double kettlebell in a double suitcase position down at my side. All right, this is meant to be elevated with a single 45-pound plate. If you have somebody who's flexible, they can get down through that range of motion and touch their knee, kiss it to the floor easily with that 45-pound plate, then they can stack up a little bit higher, up to 245s for your really mobile people. This front foot elevated lunge is a mix of strength in that unilateral fashion as well as mobility because it deepens the range of motion with the lunge, and we love that mix of both of those. All right, if the step back lunge is tough, then what we're going to do is just remove the elevation. All right, have people simply do a step back lunge, even holding on to the cage or to a ring or something like that if they need to. All right, what you should feel just from experience with today with the squat and just doing the pull-ups, that the strength should be a lot slower paced, should have a lot more opportunity to coach, and people should be fresher going into their actual strength movement. All right. So now, working into the workout, this is our long, slow-paced day. You guys have been seeing one of these each week. That'll continue. So what we have is 3 movements. It's 1 minute and 50 seconds on and 10 seconds off. Essentially, we're going through the 3 rounds. This is 18 minutes of constant, steady movement. All right, the 10 seconds is like nothing. All right, it's just enough to transition to the movement and to continue to trudge away. All right, so aerobic power, muscle stamina. This is a true long, slow day. We want to pace. We want to control breathing. We want the workout to feel like 18 minutes of constant movement. So for the slam balls, we want to move with a very smooth stroke rate. It kind of reminds me of rowing, all right? So what this would look like for 2 consecutive minutes would be something like this, where I'm going to reach the points performance the same, posture at the bottom, I'm up and then down, up and then down, up and then down. My goal is to set a pace where I'm reaching good lockout. I'm following it down lightly with the hips. I'm breathing, and I'm smoothly and consistently going for 2 minutes unbroken. All right, I'm never taking a long break, and I want a ball that reflects that. All right, so we're not even putting an RX weight on this. All right, we're chasing a stimulus, not an RX weight. Chasing a stimulus, not an RX weight. We want to be working with the same style approach on the sled push. This is likely an empty sled. It's pushed at a brisk walk. If you don't have access to sleds, then something that recreates the same stimulus is what you're after. So that could be row, bike, jump rope singles, anything that creates that aerobic style stimulus. Should feel like a 2-minute brisk trudge, or trudging through space on the sled push. Ab mat sit-ups. So this is a little different than what we've done. This will be muscle stamina for the core here. For the ab mat sit-ups, we're rolling the body into flexion and squeezing instead of throwing, head, neck, shoulders. So when I say roll the body into flexion, as I'm sitting up, I'm thinking about driving my rib cage down and rolling my back to roll myself up. All right. So I don't have an ab mat here, but as I sit up, I'm gonna roll myself chin tucked. I'm going to roll myself into flexion, and then I'm going to unroll myself back down. Smooth and easy. I'm going to roll myself into flexion, and then I'm going to roll myself back down. All right? So I'm concentrating on those things. This is not an AMRAP, all right? This workout is for completion, not for reps. Okay? We're chasing a stimulus. We're not chasing number of repetitions. So how many perfect reps can we accomplish over the course of that 2-minute interval? Nice, slow, and steady, all right? We're not doing this like, okay? Nice, slow, and steady, perfect repetitions for the duration of that 2 minutes, all right? Logistics here, you guys know how important these are, especially with your bigger groups, so we've kind of put an emphasis on that. Multiple athletes can share a strength station here consisting of just the 2 movements. With the longer clock, you guys can easily have up to 3 at a station and kind of waterfall them in as you go. The workout will definitely have multiple athletes at a station. You can put up to 3 at that station consisting of the sled, the slam ball, and the ab mat sit-ups. All right, if you guys have feedback on today, let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.